Defensive move, not surprising after yesterday's fourth quarter result against Saskatchewan, 34-31 Riders, and the injury to middle linebacker Joe Lobendon. So much to discuss again. 780-6868, pound 680 on your cell phone. Welcome to the Doug Barry Show on CJOB 68.
Aloha! Buenos dias! Here's a reminder that a worry-free holiday is the best holiday. That's where the Blue Cross Tour Package plan comes in. This is all-inclusive, unlimited travel health coverage at a very affordable price and includes trip cancellation insurance. Take it from the coach. It's the smart thing to buy before you kick off your vacation. Ask your agent for the best in the market, the Blue Cross Tour Package plan, and have a worry-free vacation. A pre-existing condition clause may apply.
Manitoba Blue Cross, the color of caring.
The Clarion Hotel is the perfect choice for meetings and a wonderful place to enjoy quality time with your family. With the largest indoor water slide in Manitoba, the oh-so-relaxing Urban Oasis Mineral Spa, and 12 great banquet rooms, the Clarion is all business about business and serious about your pleasure. And if shopping is your passion, remember, the Clarion Hotel is steps away from Polo Park. The Clarion Hotel. Call 774-5110 for reservations.
The plays, the players, the perspective from the guy who makes it all happen. This is the Doug Barry Show, live on CJOB 68.
9 minutes after 7 o'clock. And if you haven't heard, just turned on your radio. I've been out of touch all day. Bombers traded Tom Canada to Hamilton today for middle linebacker Zeke Moreno, who was an All-Canadian last year, leading tackler in the CFL last year, leading tackler this year. Doug Barry, what prompted that move today?
A need for a middle linebacker. When we found out that Joe Lobendon was going to be out longer than the initial 1 to 2 weeks that we thought might happen, we probably could have tried to make something happen, but within. But when it became obvious that he was going to be out at least a month and perhaps even longer, we knew we needed to address that situation right away, and so we called around the league and tried to find what would be available in terms of linebackers. And when we were talking with Hamilton about Moreno, that's when serious discussions got going.
I know you're a big fan of Tom Canada. You've said that countless times on this show the last 3 years. How hard was it to move him out of here?
For me, it was very hard because I really have a liking for Tom. I like the special things that he brings to the game with his charisma, his attitude, his maverick attitude. I mean, he's not your conventional guy, and every team needs somebody like that. And Tom has had good production in the past, but very difficult to put together a package that included him.
Mm-hmm. So, bottom line, business, right?
Well,
you got to win some football games.
Exactly, and we rely so much on our middle linebacker.
What happened in the fourth quarter yesterday?
Well, offensively, we're going into a very stiff wind, and that was a factor. And in terms of, kicking the ball and throwing the ball. And defensively, it just seemed like we, 225 yards that I think we gave up in the fourth quarter alone.
260, I think it was.
Well,
it was a staggering number.
I know it was just well over 200.
Ooh.
And, we just had some huge breakdowns.
Do you feel, I said this yesterday, I said it this morning on commentary, do you feel the football gods, and I'm not trying to alibi for you guys, but the football gods, because you hear you're up 31-14 going into the fourth quarter at home. You're dealing a great hand yesterday, offense, defense, everything. And then it just blows up.
Yeah, it was all in the last 5 minutes. I mean, still with 5 minutes to go, we still had a comfortable, what's comfortable, but we still had a decent lead. And it was just that we couldn't close the door in the last 5 minutes. And that was all phases of the game that just won.
You don't believe in the football gods frowning on you. They're frowning on you.
Well, we certainly, in order to have breaks come your way, you have to be able to make some things happen. And for 3.5 quarters, we made some things happen. I mean, it was a type of football game. I'll take those 3.5 quarters anytime. And if we play that way over the next 8 games, I wouldn't be surprised if we could go 8-0 if we play that way for the full 4 quarters in the future. But we've got to play that way for 4 quarters. You can't. I mean, we have won a lot of games in the fourth quarter ourselves over the last 2.5 years. And this year, we've only won one game in the fourth quarter. And we've lost games in the fourth quarter. And that's the big difference between what we've done in the past and what we're doing this year.
7:13 on the Doug Barry Show. First call, Melissa, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hi, I would just like to say that I can't believe that you traded Canada after he almost went to Montreal in the offseason for more money, and he's been such a great player. The fans love him after Roberts. I just can't believe this. It's such a joke. And meanwhile, what we need is a new quarterback.
All right, Melissa. Your comments on
well, like I said, Tom Canada is if I'm a fan, I'm a fan favorite, just like you are. I am a fan when it comes to Tom Canada.
But you felt the need for a middle linebacker was overwhelming to the point where you had to give up something.
We had to.
Rod, you're on the Doug Barry Show. Go ahead.
Yeah, how are you tonight?
Good.
Yeah, I just was a comment on Tom Canada there. It seems like we're taking the heart piece by piece out of Winnipeg here between Roberts and now Canada. I don't know who's going to be next, because with the next loss probably in Toronto, and you still haven't, everybody that you've traded into, you've got a secondary that wouldn't catch my grandmother, and you still got a quarterback that isn't, you couldn't get a six-pack of water bottles from anybody. It's about, let's see what a couple of these quarterbacks can do. Let's try Randall. You haven't got nothing to lose.
All right, Rod, we'll let the coach respond to that. Kevin Gladney's talking about played much better yesterday, I thought.
Yeah, Kevin, I thought, played a really good game yesterday. He certainly is, he's been as productive as he's been all year. This was a really good football game for him. It would have been nice if the entire offense could have made things happen in the fourth quarter. But, once again, Kevin Glenn doesn't do, he threw some decent balls that sometimes weren't caught. And, I believe also that we do have some talented younger quarterbacks behind him, and that I hope that we don't have the privilege to see them. But should we ever get to that, then we will have to certainly look at them for anything in the future.
What about your secondary? You down on them after yesterday?
Well, you look at each individual, and I know what the obvious is. When you're a quarterback, it's like real easy to see when you've thrown an interception, and when you're a defensive back, it's real easy to see when somebody's gotten behind you. But all in all, when you look it all over, I mean, we had a couple of guys back there that really played pretty good football games, but made big plays, or made plays that allowed for a big play against us. And